follow me, boys, follow me. Pick 'em up, put 'em down and follow me.
Hey, I'm iScout and welcome to the Scout Academy series. Now there's a lot of tutorials online and gameplay footage, but sometimes it's hard to understand the nuances of what's happening. So this series is basically helping you understand the what and the why rather than just the how. So I hope you enjoy and throw me a like and subscribe if you do. So follow me, boys. So when you're partisaning, you can do this by yourself. You don't need to be in a group. And it's probably going to be 10 times more effective than had you just joined the front line and joining the fight with everyone else. Like here, you can be an absolute menace. So here I've found a nice little position on the top of the rocks where I've got an Overwatch onto the enemy's position. So I'm on my binoculars right now and I can see that they've got in place artillery guns, they've got some ammo there, they've got a couple of flatbeds, they've got a bunker. But the important bit is to look at the bunker pieces in front, the fortifications. Now this is really important as a partisan or just generally in Foxhole. When the flag is large, that means the AI is active, so you will get shot. And when they have a small flag, that means there's no AI. Now, there is a state of when it's deactivating. That's when you've killed a relic that was providing AI to the surrounding area, or you killed the bunker. It will start deactivating. Now, it takes up to 10 minutes for that AI to completely offline. And when it goes offline, you'll start to see the small flag again. Now here comes the importance of carrying a radio and also having listening kits tapped. So I put a listening kit on the right hand side. So where I was overwatching, I can see that there's 2 dots there, or 2 players, plus all the artillery emplacements, and I can see all the defenses that they have there. And then in the top left of the screen, we have a listening kit that someone else placed that can see the Logi coming and going from the bridge. So on this particular map layout, the Logi is going to come from the top left and Logi leaving is going to come from the bottom right. So my job will be to intercept anything coming through south of Fleck Crossing and that little intersection there. You will want to make sure that the area that you're operating in doesn't have any watchtowers available. Now, wearing a scout uniform, which we'll all be wearing for this series, will reduce your signature from appearing or have a chance to not appear every time the watchtower ticks. So by removing any in the area, you completely make the Logi and everyone else blind to your presence. So they're just going to drive, carrying on like nothing's happened, and then bang, you're going to get them. So in order to kill a watchtower, you can use 12.7mm, you can use 3 Mammons, you can use 2 Tremolas, or even just 1 RPG in a cutler, and that will take care of the watchtowers. So that is going to be your primary job of clearing intel before you start ambushing. Now, it might not always be possible, and sometimes you just got to kill the Logi as it comes, but this would be the best way to set up an ambush. So here I've set up a nice little trap by using some of the vehicles I found available. This is why it's important to also carry a wrench. So what you do is you take the vehicles and you make like a mini blockade. Now, this will stop Logi just being able to drive right through the road, so it's kind of slows them down, and they're either going to deal with the trucks there or they're going to go around them, and when they go around them they lose a bit of speed and momentum, and they have to think a little bit more, and that is the perfect chance for you to strike. So this Warden has come from the right side. Again, they're returning with no Logi. So ideally, we just let him pass and let him go on his way and not to raise alarm. But he's encountered our trap here and he's taken it upon himself to deal with it, which is a problem for us. So here's a neat little thing, is I found this machine gun in a trench below. So what I did was I brought it up earlier from the trench with the tripod and the machine gun from the trench up into my vantage point here. So now I can use their own weapons against them like a proper partisan. So this warden managed to wrench the truck, and because I was a noob at the time and I didn't drop some of my ammo to unload the fuel, that I left the fuel inside the truck, so he could easily just drive it off. So ideally what you want to do is press the button to switch fuel and dump that extra fuel off the road somewhere. If you leave it right in front, then arguably the guy will see it and he'll be able to refill the truck and take it off and move it like he's done it here. So here we got a little bit of action where the truck came from the left side, again carrying Logi, so we had to switch to prioritize killing it. If we kill it, it means that the truck goes away, but all the inventory from the truck ends up on the floor. Now that creates a problem where now you need another truck to move that Logi, otherwise you're fat walking it, or you need to, you need to come and save it. Now, arguably you could, gas someone out, but if we just kill it, it might despawn within 5 minutes. So again, it's just prioritizing the targets. Now on the truck on the right, I knew it was empty, so I just wanted to make sure it was disabled so that he couldn't move it and it could form a part of our blockade. Now, here is the decision making. This is where it comes into play. Again, right side, no Logi, left side, Logi. So, although I was aiming at the truck on the right, I immediately switched to the left to prioritize the incoming Logi. Now, that is 4 dudes doing Logi that have just had a really bad day. Now, do they want to keep playing and risk getting shot again? Or, they've had enough for tonight. So this is the big thing about cutting Logi and why it's so important. The other thing, which I get from Foxhole stats, is if you look at deaths per hour, and you think about that each crate can carry 10 shirts. So a truck might carry 150 shirts. That's enough for them in Viper Pit at this moment to fight for another half an hour of fighting. So by me shooting that truck, arguably, we just stopped them from fighting another half an hour, plus any other supplies that they would have had to help defend against our tanks, whatever. And all it took is one dude and a machine gun that he stole from the Wardens to make that happen. Now, eventually, a Warden's going to come looking for you, and you need to have the skills to be able to fend him off, and also to displace. You don't want to just stay in the same spot, keep shooting them, because eventually they're going to cotton on to what you're doing and come after you. So here I think I only had a pistol or whatever, but I did have an Ingifist. And an Ingifist technically can be used on tanks and trucks, but it's good for the memes. So here we're just having a bit of fun. Use their own crane to pick up the already packaged shells that I could put onto the crane to hopefully run into some AI or kill it. So the thing with, if you package something and put it on a crane, if you kill the crane, it loses what was attached to the crane. But if you put it on a flatbed and kill the flatbed, which I'll show you later, it doesn't actually kill the inventory on the flatbed. So that's one thing to know. But on here, I managed to see that there was a scout tank, unlocked it, and then we can have some fun. So eventually they kill me with whatever AT they had in the bunker, the guy behind me. But we managed to wipe a lot of Logi, and I was shooting the crane with the pallet on it, but I was actually doing friendly fire, as you can see in the text there at the bottom, because I had locked that myself. So you need to be careful of that as well when you're shooting your own stuff. So obviously, the natural progression is to come back again and steal the rest of the shit. So here I was going to try and take it over the hill and back to our base, but these guys rudely interrupted me. But eventually they had to kill their own thing because you never get out of the vehicle. Ever, really. You make them gas you out or kill it, and if they kill it, they lost their own vehicle.
Thank you, promise. No.
So as you can see, there's already a crate there because I had just killed one Logi truck already. And now I'm waiting for our next victim. You need to get used to hearing that splutter sound. Well, that splutter sound means they've been disabled. Now, as I mentioned earlier, when you kill a flatbed, all the items in the flatbed just drop to the floor, which means you then need to kill those too. So after I killed that truck, the guy flanked me and killed me from the relic. But he left all my stuff on the floor. So I had all my stuff, came back, and now we're going to set up the RPG to use at an angle to finish off the shells.
That's right, you have to wait for it. Don't shoot! Ah shit, you didn't get him.
So the other guy I was with was quite new, he didn't know what to do, so I'm trying to tell him, and my voice chat wasn't working in game, or recording anyway, to tell him to keep shooting the truck so that we kill the Logi, it stays on the floor, and then we just deal with this guy.
That scared me.
Shit! Hey! Oh my god, we got those baby eaters, okay.
Nah, boys, good job.
Ah shit, I forgot, I jumped down the mountain.
Alright, thank you for your parts to me.
So there you go. Hopefully you learned a thing or two, and now you feel confident you can go out there and start cutting Logi. So until next time, boys, follow me, boys.
Boys, follow me. Pick them up, put them down, and follow me. Pick them up, put them down, pick them up.
Follow me, boys, follow me.
When you think you're ready.